All right, boys and girls, welcome back to Blue Collar Fantasy Football. Today we're going to go over 8 players that we are hyped on. The good, the bad, the ugly. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it cracking.
All right, so let's get right into it. The first rookie I am crazy hyped on right now is Jaden Daniels, Washington quarterback. Well, LSU quarterback. Now he's a Washington quarterback. So the thing I love about Jaden Daniels, he's got a big arm, big rushing upside, and lots of weapons.
For a little guy staying next to Cam Newton.
No, he's so small compared to
Dude,
Cam.
it was nuts. It was nuts.
They should sign Cam to a tight end position.
They should sign Cam to never stand next to Jaden Daniels ever again. Especially on draft night. It was straight disrespect.
It was. It really was. But what I've always liked Washington's weapons. Always.
It's fair. It's easy.
It's so easy. As Dustin knows, I've always been hyped on Jahan Dotson.
Overly so.
Overly so. I think he has great potential. We all know Terry McLaurin, borderline top 20 every year. He's always pushing it if he doesn't hit it. And you know, they added Eckler. They have Brian Robinson. Oh my gosh, I'm too hyped on these
That's
rookies.
Fair. We've
dude.
done it's rookie season. That's
Such
fair.
Rookie season.
No judgment on that. That's only fair. That's only fair. Tis the season.
Tis the season for sure.
Don't worry.
And honestly, I think people are undervaluing where Eckler is at this point in his career. I think he still has potential to provide some fantasy goodness.
I would say some fantasy goodness. I think that, because if that's his cliff, then he plummeted.
He did.
You know what I mean? He didn't have a gradual, he's getting older, starting to see a decrease. I mean, he fell on his face last year.
He did. There's a lot of ways that can go, but we'll get into that once we get into the veterans. You know,
Don't distract me, dude. I'll squirrel out this whole episode.
But he does have good weapons, and you know, everyone's talking about the senator, old Ben Sinnott or Senate. I don't really know yet.
I'm not a grammar guy, dude. I'm a
the
football guy.
He's a senator to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looks like a dog out there at tight end.
Well, didn't they take him pretty high?
Yeah, they did.
Second round?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so.
Damn, I'd have swore you had that written down.
Yeah,
sorry, dude. I was trying to tee you up.
I'm a little.
My bad, dude. Swing and miss. Swing and a miss.
I thought I had it too. Didn't. But no, I think we could see the career that RG3 could have had. I don't think his rushing upside is that good, but I think he has a little more arm to him. He played a lot in college, long time. Yeah, I'm all in.
He was Brandon Ayuk's teammate.
Yeah,
at Arizona State.
And I'm just gonna put this out there. It might be crazy. If you want to go with him over Caleb in fantasy dynasty, you know, super flex or something like that, it's the cheat code.
That's fair.
It's the cheat code. He's the definition. He's the prototype of it. But moving on, we're gonna go Trey Benson. He landed on the Cardinals, Florida State, right? Is that correct?
I don't know.
I think it's Florida State, but
no idea.
Yeah,
no clue.
Sorry, my bad. The thing I love about Trey Benson is he very well could be the best running back prospect in this draft class.
Yeah,
he's exciting.
He is exciting.
He's really exciting to watch.
I'm excited for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's one of the points I wanted to make is that offense should be better this year.
They're posed to take off.
Yeah, and
you know,
I mean, they get a full season with Kyler now. I mean,
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed yes. For sure. But yeah, full season with Kyler. We'll assume
he's not coming into it hurt. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's
we don't want to project injuries ever. But speaking of injuries, he's behind James Conner. I mean,
he'll see the field.
He
will be fantasy relevant this year, is my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And we're not talking RB1.
No.
But RB,
No.
I don't know.
It could be, I mean,
opportunity to flex.
I padded my statement with that could be 1 week.
Yeah,
that could be 1 week, but that 1 week
because
might be sweet.
James Conner's never finished a season. He's never played all 17 or 16, 17, 18,
Much love for James Conner, but
I love James Conner.
I think, and I wouldn't even be surprised just with the talent, with, the prospect, with the hype coming out around him, with this rookie class. I mean, you got Demicato,
and Michael Carter.
Makalaka. Michael Carter, Ingram.
I don't know.
They had an Ingram.
Yeah, we'll have to check on
somewhere.
Ingram.
Might have been last year, might have been last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I remember.
I can't remember if he's still there.
But as far as dogs and the guy, he's got that dog in him.
He does.
And I think that landing spot, I wouldn't be surprised if they start working him in more, getting James Conner some more time off the field, more, more breaks, and get him, there, split that load a little bit to try to see James Conner get through a season. And I do believe this is James Conner's contract year.
Is it? Okay.
I do believe.
Hey, yeah. And honestly, Conner could be third and short. You could see a lot of Trey Benson first and second down, or third and long, because I think James Conner can catch the ball. That's his sweet spot. In the goal line, I think Trey Benson might not.
I think Trey Benson will be what Austin Eckler kept hoping that the Chargers would do for him.
Yeah, I could see that.
Help me out a little bit. I want to, help me stay healthy. I mean, it was like every offseason. That was like his hope. And him, with us as fantasy players, we're like, please no. Please no, please no, please no. But I feel like that's what this situation will be. I think next year will be a whole different story. I think with Trey Benson having these opportunities that he is going to get on the field to show his stuff.
I believe so. Because for the Cardinals to be successful, they need James Conner healthy. It's the fact.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love that choice of Trey Benson.
And it's the James Conner opportunities. If he does miss time, it's immense. I mean,
it's
a part of their offense. They're going to see the ball there for sure.
Well, and I feel like this whole rookie draft class, 3 different words there.
Yeah.
I feel like as a whole, the wide receivers were so dominant. And so, I have a guy on my list. I felt like the same thing. Like he just got so overshadowed by how much hype and how much, was built around this wide receiver quarterback class that I feel like these running backs were overlooked, as far as especially like dynasty rookie drafts and stuff. I mean, you're getting Brooks, the number 1 taken, Trey Benson, the number 2 taken, both in good landing spots, and you're getting them in the second round of dynasty rookie drafts. Sure. I feel like just the hype is so overbuilt that both these guys, I mean, which granted, they're the only 2 guys I'm like kind of got hype around.
Yeah.
No,
I get you.
Continue, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like it just overshadowed it, and I think Trey Benson's a stud.
I do too.
I really like that. I really like that choice for this list.
Yeah. So let's get into another stud I got at running back, Jalen Wright. The Dolphins love speed. It's nuts. It's a track meet every time the Dolphins take the field.
Mike McDaniels has a type.
Yeah, you can say so.
He's got a type.
And I watched a ton of Jalen Wright film this offseason because, well, for one, I really wanted him to go to the Green Bay Packers, but we're doing all right with who we got. But I mean, it's the most high-flying offense. It's the fastest offense. They want to break off chunk plays in this offense.
Yes.
And watching his film, I think he has elite speed. Some of the film, you might not see it as much, but when he breaks away, he is gone.
He's smooth with it.
He's very smooth with it. And what I really like to see, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities for him in this regard, but he reminded me a lot of Aaron Jones. Now, the reason the Packers loved Aaron Jones for so long, and he really proved it this year, is he is not afraid to pass block. And he is not afraid to pick up pass blocks when he's not necessarily supposed to. And you go back and watch Tennessee's film, you notice that Jalen Wright, he is not afraid to block these guys.
Throw his body around.
Yeah.
Throw his body around.
Yeah. And for not a huge, he's not a huge back. He's not Audric Estime. He's
or Braylon Allen.
Yeah,
they're bowling ball.
He's going to put his body on the line, and I love to see that. And I think that gets him on the field sooner because he has some great running backs behind him or ahead of him.
But with that being said, you have Mossert and you have
Achane.
Thank you so much. They both had injuries last year.
Yeah, I even have that on my notes. Injury-prone backs ahead of him. Yeah. I mean, it's the fact of the matter. We hate to call people injury-prone.
It's not even injury-prone. It's that it's the fact of it. You have Achane, who is a little bit undersized. He got a little bit hurt last year. Explosive as all heck. I mean, that is insane what he did last year.
8 yards per carry.
It's nuts, dude. It's absolutely nuts, which is crazy. Great. That's awesome. That's so cool. But I think it also opens up an opportunity that Mossert's not going to be there forever.
Yeah.
And I pray for health, but Achane missed half the season. I mean,
neither of those two are going to be 250 carry backs
or see 18 games.
Right.
Without him having an opportunity to get in there. And all it takes, I mean, even if this is a longer play, for your dynasty or for a keeper.
Yeah.
A keeper league.
Oh, yeah. Or taxi squad.
Or, I'd love him as a taxi squad guy if you can pull that off. But I think that if he can get out there, same kind of thing with Trey Benson, just a little bit more busy, of a running back room. But if he gets out there, I think he's going to have opportunities to do so this year.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we just watched what they did with Achane last year.
Yeah. No, they are great at creating opportunities for these running backs. And
playmakers. They're just hoarding playmakers.
They are.
They're hoarding playmakers.
They're great at it. They just signed OBJ today. I mean, okay, OBJ is way over the hill. I get it. But he makes plays. Even last year, he made plays.
Yeah, and that will be a successful signing if he makes one sweet catch.
Yeah. 100%.
With that team and that build, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
For them to all be like, we did it.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's get into my last
what you got
rookie I'm hyped about, and that is Keon Coleman with the Buffalo Bills. I'm pretty excited about this one. I mean, he's the perfect prototypical wide receiver one. Ex wide receiver, I should say.
Doesn't hurt that he's likable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So likable.
Dude, have you seen his interviews?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Got this at Macy's.
Yeah, the Macy's jacket. I buy my clothes in the off season. It's. Did you see where he was at the Bills facility, asking everyone what they do?
Yeah, I think he's a real dude. I think that organization, he's lovable. They're gonna just adopt him.
Oh,
they're gonna adopt him. It's not gonna be a weird transition for
Fitzpatrick's gonna buy a Keon Coleman jersey.
Yeah,
way, dude. But
what you got?
No, he's 6'4", 215, good speed. He's not James Worthy out there. I get that, but
dude, I can't figure out a good spot for this thing. It's driving me absolutely nuts. I'm gonna do this the whole time. I can't. Just let me play with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. No,
let me. You can play with it.
I'm doing my process over here. You do your thing. Don't mind. Just watch him, dude. Just hold on.
And one huge thing that going over the Buffalo Bills that I thought was, it actually stopped me in my tracks, and I had to ask Dustin am I reading the correct stats?
Yep.
Is between Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, there's 201 targets vacated. Now,
just a couple, huh?
Yeah, just a few.
Just a couple.
Just a few. Might be an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I don't.
And where are those targets coming from?
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Not bad.
How the Stallion, dude. He is a Stallion. I've heard that on many podcasts, and I couldn't agree more. But, they always say vacated targets tend to go to the running backs, occasionally the tight end. But I don't think Dalton Kincaid's ready for 130 targets.
No, and even if it happened where Dalton Kincaid is the reception leader, there's so much to eat there.
There is.
Josh Allen they're not afraid to sling the ball.
No,
and I do think that they did trend a little bit towards the end of the year of a run first offense, but that's cool. If you still only have two high draft capital, kind of stud receivers out there with Josh Allen throwing you the ball, so you have quality targets.
Yeah.
Sure, run the ball first.
Well, and
fall asleep at cornerback.
Yeah, and I mean they did add Curtis Samuel, and they still have Khalil Shakir, but he could be the wide receiver one on this team.
It's not a stretch. It's not a reach for that.
I don't know how he isn't, honestly, and
no, because this is Curtis Samuel's what? 7th, 8th?
Yeah, 7 or 8.
Maybe 9th season?
I'm not projecting a breakout.
Yeah, a 6th, 7th, 8th year breakout.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. I do think he's a trick player. I like Curtis Samuel. I think
I do too.
He's a gadget guy. I mean, you can do 150 things with him, but you also need bread and butter.
Yeah. I'd love to have Curtis Samuel on my team, but it might not be my fantasy.
Yeah, but you got to have your bread and butter. I mean, he's going to be on the outside, big target. I think he's poised for a blow up if he's got it. If he's got the dog in him.
I do too. All right, so let's turn it over to your list. I'd love to hear who you're hyped on.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Man, it feels like it went quick. We're going to start this one easy. Easy.
Yeah, please do.
My big guy, tight end, Brock Bowers, going to the Las Vegas Raiders, 6'3", 243 pounds.
Dang, dude. Keon's only 30 pounds short, just saying.
Built different, bro. Built different.
Built different, he is dude. Built different. That's a fact.
Dude, I had to cut myself off going into my Dynasty rookie draft of his highlights. I had to cut myself off.
No, we had some conversations about it.
My wife knows about Brock Bowers. My kids know about Brock Bowers. I mean, he was the talk of my household. I had to cut myself off where I was like, no more.
He almost bought a Georgia Bulldogs jersey.
Well, I almost brought a Broncos custom Brock Bowers jersey, but I'm kind of glad I did it.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
Instead, he went to the Raiders, which we're not going there.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind that Raiders landing spot. I don't think that Aiden O'Connell is going to see the whole season through, even if he is, Pierce's guy.
I actually hope it's Minshew.
I'm rooting for Minshew. I like Minshew.
I love him.
With the Colts last year, they were just outside the playoffs.
Yeah.
Pittman's breakout year. Who was slinging him the rock besides 3 games?
Mm-hmm.
I think the opportunities are there. And he's a tight end receiver hybrid.
Yeah. No, he is.
I mean, he's a big body. He'll run the route tree. He'll do the dance, dude. He'll do his thing out there, and I absolutely love him. I mean, even his collegiate. So he led Georgia in receiving the last 3 years. He was their main target, their main guy. So you're telling me that you have a tight end prospect coming into the first round, getting drafted to an offensively capable team with Minshew hanging out there, drifting in the background, and he led the team for receiving, one of the best teams. So you're getting one of the best players on one of the best teams coming into the draft.
It's hard to argue.
And he's just a monster, man. He's a monster. And
I think Antonio Pierce could have some offense, like some unique game plan to involve these tight ends.
And I think it's going to take time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think they were planning that pick.
Probably not going to draft him as my tight end 1.
Personally, I don't think they were planning on that pick. I think they took best player available. I do believe they even came out and said it. Yep. So they had Michael Mayers. He was drafted 2nd round last year. So as far as tight ends go, he's still finding his footing in team and what he, ways to utilize him. So I do think that they were not prepped to take Brock Bowers. They took best player available, which I can't deny that he was that. He was 100%. Exactly that. 100%. So I think it'll be a little bit of time to develop, but I'm to the moon with Brock Bowers. I love the pick for hype there. I pigeonholed myself on that one. As soon as I watched that first highlight, I was like,
he was locked in.
I was like, do you know he's doing one-handed catches? Did you know that? Because I didn't know that. I thought he was just a monster. No, he's doing one-handed catches out there.
He is.
And doing jet sweeps as a tight end.
Yeah.
On the Georgia Bulldog offense.
I love it too.
Yeah. I'll take that guy. All right. Next up, I chose Ricky Pearsall.
Okay.
So
I like that.
He may not be a this year, super high output. They're talking about trading off their wide receivers.
Without a trade, probably not.
I watched a interview with Lynch last night, and they're saying that they're probably not going to be going that route. at this point. I mean, what do they really have?
And what do you gain?
What do you gain at this point?
Yeah, there's not a lot to gain unless you're already planning for next year. But the 49ers
They're
are here and now.
Win right now. But as a talent, Ricky Pearsall, 6'1", 198 pounds. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet.
Just watching his tape. So I went through, was laying in bed the other night, couldn't sleep. I watched every target of Ricky Pearsall. I may or may not have drafted him on one of my teams, but I watched every target, and it was like watching a highlight reel. So, there was other receivers in the draft. They were complaining about, he's catching everything in the basket. Not out here, not articulating his body to get in there and get those receptions. And Ricky Pearsall was the opposite.
Yeah.
Everything he was sailing out for, laying it all out there and twisting his body. I mean,
he's not afraid of hits.
It was sweet. I was all in. I liked it a lot. It looks like a highlight reel. He's able to come down with that body, come down with that ball when it's thrown over here, and
I like it.
That frees up a lot. And I love Purdy.
Yeah.
But it frees him up.
Purdy can get him the ball,
All those guys are aging there.
Yeah, and honestly, Purdy isn't the most accurate, hit you in the numbers guy.
Thank you. That's where I was trying to get to.
Yeah, no, it's a great transition into that because Purdy is not. I mean, you can go back to the Packers 49ers playoff game, and there was a couple balls where I was like, who was that to? Now, not dogging on Purdy because I really like Purdy. I think he's a great quarterback.
I like Purdy a lot.
I think it was more weather, but I think he will really fit into this offense. Plus, he has Debo and Ayuk to give him tips and pointers, and I love the fit.
So when I drafted him and started researching him, I was really hoping that Debo or Ayuk, more Debo than Ayuk, was going to find a new home on this roster and get traded away and give these guys their opportunities. But even now that it's kind of seeming less like a realistic thing, I'm kind of getting more into it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got two absolute dogs, man.
Yeah.
And Kittle, all these guys, all these receiving nuts powerhouses.
Yeah.
To learn from and take a year to develop and hang out next year, baby.
Well, and they might not get rid of Debo or Ayuk this year, but they have to figure out.
It is Debo's contract year this year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It is.
So perfect. They have to figure out the future, and Debo with his injury history and age, and the type of player he is, he might be on the chopping block or trade bait, whatever.
He's gonna be trade. He's still
he's so good.
You don't bet against Debo.
Good.
I'm not betting against Debo.
No, never.
I'm rooting.
All the money's on Debo.
I'm going for Ricky Pearsall to have an opportunity and come out. But even as a wide receiver 3, I don't think that he will be unforeseen. I mean, how many times do you watch the show and you're like, oh, there's Jennings.
Yeah,
there's Jennings again. Did Jennings just throw that touchdown? That's crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
So there is opportunities there. The whole team is just high flying, high moving. Kind of like that Dolphin situation.
Yeah,
where you're not afraid of how many weapons they have. They're good, and there's targets because there's so many weapons.
Yes,
and it is an aging offense. Purdy's going to come up on his contract. The herd is going to get thinned. It can't be the all-stars team forever.
For sure. And this is not the team.
Or next year even.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is not a sit on and wait and let it brew for 3 years to come.
And honestly, this is not the healthiest team. I mean,
they
tend to get hurt. And, honestly, I think it's more of their field than anything. But, Kittle has seen a lot of injuries. Debo. I mean, I think even Ayuk did he miss time or was he just questionable for a few games?
I think they all stay questionable.
Yeah. The injury reports.
That touchdown just seems dangerous for the 49ers.
Yeah.
The end zone.
So, wrapping it up, I mean,
wrap it up.
He could seriously see some time on the field this year. Pearsall.
And he's gonna maximize those opportunities.
Yeah.
On my notes, I have Yak Daddy. I have Yak Daddy as my note because dude. He's explosive. He's got the speed to come up to, make those moves. I mean, he's making the first person miss constantly on that tape.
Well, Slick Rick.
I like him. And I like the landing spot, it's sweet.
Yeah, no, I love it. Who else you got?
Should we move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's check it out. Next, I got Jonathan Brooks, The first running back
Nice.
drafted in the 2024 draft. 6 foot, 216 pounds. Not a bad build for a running back.
That is, I
Might be my
love it.
favorite.
Yeah, I love that.
Not too tall, not too lanky. And he's smooth, man.
He is smooth.
Smooth. I
He's
mean, I don't think
buttery
he
smooth.
has my biggest takeaway from watching his film was he didn't have like where he would break through the first line of defenders and then he would just put it on.
Take off.
But he didn't really
grab
have
a
that.
gear. Yeah, grab a gear.
But he was at his top speed before he hit the line of scrimmage.
Oh, see, I like that.
It was quick
burst.
to it. He was
Yeah.
quick to it, but there wasn't a second gear.
So-
Would be my own, seriously, the only thing that I watched that I was like, it was kind of a moment where it was
Right.
like, so he did get ran down by those cornerback, those DBs,
So
those
it's-
really quick guys on the outside.
So what you're saying is kind of like, I'm not comping him to Derrick Henry, but like when Derrick Henry
Don't do it. I got a comp for you.
So when he leaves the line of scrimmage, though, Derrick Henry does not change speeds. He is his max speed the whole way.
No. I wouldn't say that because Derrick Henry, I feel like he is a boulder rolling down a
Well,
hill.
yeah, it
gaining
is
more
totally
momentum.
different type of players.
He doesn't have a third gear.
Okay.
He doesn't have a third gear. He
Okay.
doesn't have that burst speed to break away and just leave guys in his dust once he's into the DBs.
I get that. Okay.
But through the line of scrimmage, it's fast and it's hot and he's slippery.
I like
I mean, that's exactly where I got my actual comp for him.
Yeah.
Is he honestly looks like Aaron Jones.
I-
He looks like a
that's fair.
bigger
actually, yeah.
body Aaron Jones.
Bigger body Aaron Jones. I
Aaron
like
Jones
that.
and Jonathan Brooks just smooth with it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
just super fluid.
They're buttery out there.
They are buttery, dude.
Yeah.
And he is a receiving back, which I love my receiving backs,
Can't beat it for
especially if
fantasy.
they have the size and they have that burst to put their head down and run through a guy.
Yeah.
And they
Oh,
did. I
dig
mean,
that.
you watch his tape and he's just breaking tackles.
I love
And then finally, the one trend the trend with that, that burst speed that second gear at the end was you'd have a DB run up on him and try to be punching the ball out behind him
yeah,
because he
Yeah.
did get caught up on and he was hard to bring down.
yeah,
So I feel like seemed like it was like a better alternative was just like we have more time to get the ball down
yeah.
than it's going to take to actually get him to the ground.
Right.
Yeah. But he did. So he played behind when he was in college. He played behind Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of back tape. He was the number 1 for Texas last year. But you're behind Bijan. What do you do?
So he went from the number 3 to the 1 at Texas because Roshan Johnson was behind Bijan. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
actually
didn't know that.
That's really impressive. Yeah, Roshan was
I did not know
Bijan's
that.
backup. So that's impressive. I mean,
This is my guy, dude.
but hey, Texas.
Don't give me stats on my guy.
Texas
I didn't
running backs,
know.
man. Texas running backs have a long history of being good, all the way back to Ricky Williams.
Yeah, that O-line does not hurt
Yeah,
to be behind.
100%. They build them different in Texas.
Well, and coming into this season, he did tear his ACL in November.
he did. That's the
All
fear.
reports are saying he's good to go for training camp.
Yeah,
All
we'll,
reports.
We'll see.
I am not afraid of that. I am not afraid of that.
No.
The reason I'm not afraid of that, they have Chuba Hubbard and they still have Miles Sanders.
Okay.
I don't know how they feel going to bed at night after watching what Miles Sanders produced last year when Chuba Hubbard was there and outperformed him and was bargain
Yeah.
a discount deal that was already in house.
Yeah.
Same, the flip side of that was Miles Sanders. I mean, I feel like I could have scored some touchdowns behind the Eagles' offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you put Miles Sanders out there on an island, and he didn't come through. So I'm not afraid. Chuba Hubbard, I think he will be there forever.
Yeah.
I like Chuba Hubbard.
I think he's a Panther for life.
I think he's a Panther for life. Why would you not? I mean, he's earned his spot. He's done it, man. He's still there. But
100%.
Jonathan Brooks with his receiving, he's a powerhouse, dude.
He could
He's
be
a
a-
super powerhouse.
He could be a weapon this year if that ACL's right.
He will be a weapon this year.
Hey,
He will be
call it. We need
Write
a
it
board
down.
up here. We need a bets.
Get a sticky
Bet
note.
sheet.
I'll put a sticky note back here somewhere, but he will be. I seriously think he will. If he's getting the start, and he will be top.
I like it. Hey,
When we do it, if
Oh,
he
yeah.
if he
Who do you
gets
got?
if he gets a majority of the workload, by week, say a month in, week
Okay.
4, week 5,
Okay.
I bet he ends up in the top 24.
I don't hate that.
It's not the spiciest. I kind of talked it up a little bit, but then I got really scared and I came back to 24. But he will be. I think he will be an RB2.
I think what it comes down to is Carolina's offense. I mean, if they can help move the ball.
They did pretty good in this draft.
No, they did. They definitely are giving Bryce the tools.
And they gave him tools close to the line of scrimmage.
And big tool. I mean, Legette's a monster. He's DK.
Sanders.
Yeah.
that tight end they just got out of Texas. It's 2 Texas boys.
Oh, yeah.
Two Texas boys coming over. It's the boys.
Got the boys.
I mean, I think they did. They got it close to the line of scrimmage. Adam Thielen.
I totally didn't realize that, but that's actually a big add to that team.
Thielen. I mean, they're all close to the line of scrimmage guys. Yeah, if Bryce Young's not producing the downfield threat, chip it away, dude.
It's going to be
3 yards at a time. 3 yards at a time. You got your big boys up there?
Yeah.
Do it. Sure. I'll take 3 yards at a time from Jonathan Brooks.
Well, and honestly, I mean, back in the day, quote unquote, I mean, Carolina, once Cam Newton left, they were still moving the ball through Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who all in the coaching staff is still around from those days, but you can move the ball through the running back.
I don't think anyone's there still.
No, probably not.
I don't think anyone.
But
I don't feel like that's a hot take, and I have no facts to back it.
Right.
But I'm gonna say no one's
for
there.
Sure. Besides Tepper. Tepper's still around, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll come watch your hostess.
Yeah. Who else you got? Let's keep it moving.
Hold on, did I finish those?
You got
No. Guess what?
Box is filled.
No, guess what I did?
Let's
Killed it. I killed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, I got kind of a combo deal here, but I'm gonna go with Bo Nix.
Okay.
Is my next guy.
I like it. Honestly, I do.
I am a Broncos guy. Coming into this to pick Bo Nix, I was a little weary. However, as I go through these stats, I might be pretty in on him. I might be pretty hyped on him.
Jersey's already ordered.
It's not ordered. It's not ordered.
All right, throwback jerseys ordered.
Dude, those new jerseys are garbage. I'm not ordering one of those. I'm not ordering one of those, dude. I can't do it. It looks bad. If you haven't seen it, look it up.
Please
As a Broncos fan, I don't like it. They look like the Kirkland version of what the Broncos jerseys are.
I didn't know you guys were in the Canadian Football League, but
hey, it's XFL, dude.
Oh, my bad.
It's the high school version of the Broncos.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Some of those high schools will be the Raiders.
Yeah,
and they have like the knockoff Raiders jerseys. Yeah. That's what literally what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's.
But if it comes in black, I might be back in.
Good comp.
If it comes in black, though, give some matte black, I might be back in.
No kidding.
All right, Bo Nix, 6'2", 214 pounds, so a bigger quarterback.
Yeah, that's good size.
That's a great size for. I mean, I am not.
Son of a.
Camera died. We'll get there, guys.
Learning curve.
We'll get there. Cord's on the way. Battery died. Flow gone. Let's get out of here. Let's take her home.
Ready to go home, man.
Let's go home, dude. I don't even know where we're at. Bo Nix.
Yep. Bo Nix.
6'2", 214 pounds. Big dude. We've been over it or we haven't. Now you know. Completed. Oh, so what I was saying.
Yeah, pick up your thought.
I really came around on him. So he completed 77.4% of his passes last year.
Great completion percentage.
He's a fantastic dude. If I was a betting man and I knew I had a 3/4% chance of winning, taking it every time.
Yeah.
That's actually read my other note here. That's actually the single season record for Oregon.
For completion percentage?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I know. Dude, my vibe's all off now. I can't get my mic comfortable. Dang it, dude. It's like those dreams where you go to school and you're not wearing pants.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I'm in now.
Yeah.
I was flowing before. Now I feel like I'm
Your elbow itches now.
I don't even know if this is the right seat. Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, just let me get through this. We're gonna get through this, guys.
Please continue.
Okay, another stat, dude. I'm coming around.
Yeah.
Only 3 interceptions last year.
Wow.
3 interceptions on the year for 2023 at Oregon.
That's
I know
nice.
what's going to be said, that they kept everything close to the line of scrimmage, lots of screens. I think he did have the highest like screen passes behind the line of scrimmage, things like that.
Low depth of target.
Low depth of target.
Yeah.
But Sean Payton's system, dude.
Yeah. No,
that doesn't scare me.
No, it doesn't. And I don't know. I mean, you think he's capable of throwing up those bombs to Cortland Sutton?
Sure.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a 60-yarder like Russ. I mean,
I don't. Did he?
Russ had a couple
In Denver?
Yeah.
I must have missed it because I dang sure know I turned those games off. Dude.
Well, yeah.
It was hard to watch.
It was tough sledding.
That's not what we're doing. We're talking rookies. We're talking optimism here. All right.
Optimism.
Let's ride. All right.
Yeah.
Bronco Nation.
Bring it back. Dude.
Let's ride.
I like it. Bring it back.
Someone's got to. Someone's got to bring it back. All right. So my other thing I liked about him too was with his size, he actually did report, I think it was for 6 touchdowns in the red zone on his feet, rushing it in.
Nice.
I like having that as a option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not his bread and butter. He's not Caleb Williams, not Jaden Daniels, but he does have that in his bag of tricks as an option, especially this build.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't expect that. He looks like a little brother to me.
Yeah.
He looks like he's built like a little brother.
Yeah, I could see
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And also the other thing I really like about it, I like the addition of Troy Franklin. He's a little bonus on my list here. I don't know if you can get through this draft and talking about Bo Nix as a rookie without bringing up Troy Franklin.
Agreed.
So,
agreed.
Little bonus for you there. 6'2", 176 pounds, not a huge guy. Doesn't need to be.
No, he doesn't.
You know, there's still Cortland Sutton on the outside. However, I think if Troy Franklin's just tried and true, they already have chemistry. They already have, that rapport built up between the two of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it adds to Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
But I think it adds a lot to Bo Nix. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Well, and
he's got a safety blanket there.
Yeah, I think that's what I was just gonna say. Is it gives him a safety blanket? Short area of the field. I think him. Honestly, I think his depth of target might be more Rondale Moore-ish. I hate to say that, but because I'd rather throw to Dulcich or Sutton a little deeper, or Mims. Honestly, Mims hasn't really been talked about, but I kind of like Mims this year.
Well, and Mims is so with that comp, I see Mims as more of that gadget player.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
I don't hate that.
I see my outlook, my opinion on this team. I almost see Troy Franklin as more of a Deontay Johnson of old.
Okay. That would be
right.
Fantasy goodness, dude.
PPR, he's just kind of there. And Troy Franklin with his rapport with Bo Nix. Troy Franklin set records himself. He set the single season receiving record for yards, touchdowns, and 100-yard receiving games for Oregon State. Single season team records. So
nice.
Wheels up. That's who I've got. That kind of wraps up our 8 for rookies we're hyped on. We've already said it before. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. We'd love to hear feedback. Tell Ryan how wrong he is. We all know it. We all know it, people. Please let him know in the comments.
Yeah, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Why not, dude? Go Pack, go.
Yeah, hey, there we go.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please, like you said, like, subscribe, comment, hit all the buttons, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.